Hey, what is going on, everyone? Tom here, the consultant. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to 2023. Today is January 2nd, Monday, 2023. 2022 is gone, and we are here in the new year, ready to, really jump into trading. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into some technical analysis here. But before we jump into the charts, I do want to cover a couple of economic news pieces that are expected to come out this week. So, buckle your seatbelts. I'm actually hoping that if one of your New Year's resolutions was to start trading, I'm really hoping you don't choose the first week of January to do that. And we'll go through the economic events. It's just really not the beginning of the month is really not a good week for beginners. I've been trading for a long time, and even I still struggle with comprehending a lot of the news. So for Monday for the most part, today is still considered a bank holiday since New Year's Day landed on a Sunday. That holiday just kind of rolls over onto Monday. So I would not expect a whole lot of movement for Monday. I could be wrong. So, but for the most part in the U.S., it's still considered a bank holiday. So really not a whole lot movement. I'm not really expecting a whole lot of movement. For some reason there's some PMI stuff here for Monday for the Euro and a couple of other countries, but so moving into Tuesday. So Tuesday is the day where the first day of the new year, where central banks are actually open in the U.S. So yeah, look at all this lovely red. This is great. So Tuesday, a couple of things that we're going to be looking for is CPI, manufacturing PMI, and which is going to lead to some early movement in the Euro. I think that is a definite. I think we're definitely going to see some movement on Tuesday for the Euro dollar. The USD DXY does have some manufacturing PMI, but I think the most of the impact is going to come from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So Tuesday, I'm not really that concerned. In terms of the crypto market, I think it's mostly going to be, I'm not quite worried about it, but we'll see how Tuesday goes. Wednesday is again, it's mostly manufacturing PMI, job openings, and I believe we've got some FOMC minutes here as well. Yes, so PMI, we got job openings and FOMC minutes. Now, I'm not exactly sure which minutes these are. But if you want any more information, by the way, this is off of my FX book. It's just one that I prefer. There's many others. There's Forex Factory. There's a couple of others. So clicking on FOMC minutes, it brings you over here to another page. It shows you a little bit more about it. FOMC minutes doesn't normally have any type of data, but instead you can go to the Federal Reserve and get more information. Go to their news events, speeches, press releases, calendars, stuff like that, and get a little bit more information. The time that this is going to happen is about 2 o'clock. This is roughly about 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Now, do keep in mind, depending on what the minutes are going to be, I don't really think. I think January 4th seems a little early for December minutes. I could be wrong. I thought December minutes weren't going to be released until next week, so I could be wrong about that. Either way, if someone from the FOMC table decides to get up and bobble their head, wave their wand, you could definitely see some see some movement in the market. Let's just hope Powell doesn't get up and start blabbering his mouth, the first week of the new year, which I have a feeling he's probably going to, considering the first week of the month is also dedicated to unemployment and NFP. So which actually brings us to Thursday. Thursday is, I think, mostly job reports. Let's see, where are we at? Mostly employment, jobless claims, and jobs and more jobs. More PMI. Let's move on to Friday. So Friday is going to be a big one, as it normally is in the morning. We've got, where are we at? There we go. Non-farm payroll. It's about 8:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, prior to the market open. So non-farm payroll, unemployment, those are going to be two really big ones. If you're deciding to get into trading, I would suggest that you probably skip Friday, or potentially just skip this entire week and just paper trade. The beginning of the months are not typically easy to get a good position on and do good as a beginner, so do keep that in mind. Alright, so that's our outlook for the week. Again, as I make these videos throughout the week, I'll just kind of cover them and kind of as we go, get a little bit more information. But if you do want a couple more other resources, I'll leave these down in the description below. My FX book is here, Economic Calendar. Again, you can click on any of these and it'll typically take you to, Bureau of Labor Statistics, or, whatever the hell it is. FederalReserve.org. Another good one is tradingeconomics.com. They've got a wealth of information. It's kind of like a not a collaboration. It's like I don't know. It's just a bunch of information from all around the world: Asia stocks, Indonesia, China, stuff like that. So it's just it's not dedicated to North American finance. So really good resources. I use this all the time as well. Let's see, moving on. All right, let's get to our crypto charts here, the bread and butter of what we're really doing. I'm going to be covering the same ones: Bitcoin, ETH, BNB, Litecoin, and FTM, as those are the ones that I kind of cover throughout my week. So Bitcoin, really not a whole lot of change since the last time I put a video out was on Friday. We are up since Friday, which is good, but not by much, only about maybe 100, 150 at the most. So, but hey, movement in the right direction is better than movement in the opposite direction. So again, I kind of have this upwards trend line here, and kind of this upper resistance, which is kind of forming what looks like a decent triangle, a bullish triangle. So hopefully we can get a pop above this, and some good settlement here. What we're really wanting is is of course this break above 17,000. Honestly, I think if we can get 17,000, I think our next mark is definitely going to be 18.5. So hopefully, depending on what decides to be churned out, this week going into the new year, with news outlets, Biden, I'm pretty sure, is making his way back to the White House, or wherever they decide to keep him. There's just too many bobbleheads. I have a feeling that this week is probably going to make or break the month of January. I'm just hoping it definitely makes it and we get in a good direction. So this is the 4-hour chart. I think we're looking pretty good though. I think we're looking pretty good. We've had some support, but this is also holiday support. Banks are closed, and really not a whole lot of bobbleheads going on. So I think we're in a good position for the moment, but this week is definitely going to be a test. Alright, so my charts are messed up here. Alright, so ETH, this is the daily. We can take a look at this one. I have too many lines. I don't normally look at the daily that much, so let's kind of thin this out a bit. Alright, so I kind of, to let you in on what's kind of going on here. So yellow lines, so the color of these lines they don't necessarily matter. I just kind of make them a different color so they stand out a little bit more. So for the most part, the bigger picture here is that we are kind of in the middle of this this downtrend, this wedge here, this downward channel, and I've noted some supports here as well. This one, I think, this one's definitely going to be a key, just like Bitcoin. 1220. Breaking above 1220, holding above 1220, and then making that break again upwards towards 1300 is going to be something that I think is going to be deliberated again this week. I think this week is going to make or break whether or not we break above 1240 and make our way back towards 13 and 1400. So yeah, this is 4-hour charts. Again, we kind of have this nice little uptrend trend line here. Nice little support, and yeah, I mean, we've got this just a really good consolidation phase right here. I think mostly leading into the holidays, and just bank closures, everything just kind of being a little bit on the light side of news. So it's kind of to be expected around Christmas. Nobody likes bad news around Christmas, so I think a lot of that stuff is somewhat suppressed, for the consumption. BNB, let's see. I think the other altcoins, including BNB, outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, I think they were kind of painting a little bit more bullish picture than Ethereum and Bitcoin. So BNB, I can say let's make some adjustments here. Trend lines matter. No, honestly, trend lines. I don't rely too much on trend lines. They are a nice visual representation to kind of help you think mentally, mentally comprehend on where price is actually going. So they're really not meant to be used for trading, executions, in my opinion. So, for instance, this line to here, oh, hey, I'm going to buy when it hits this trend line. No, you don't. It's not the only reason. If you're going to buy at that, you want some other justifications, like this looks like good support, which actually, it kind of does. So again, this is pretty in line with, every other altcoin and Bitcoin and Ethereum. We've kind of been in this consolidation phase, this accumulation phase. I'm really hoping it's just accumulation and we see more upside. It's really been since the middle of December, and yeah, it's pretty boring. BNB has looked pretty boring, but let's see. Litecoin, in my opinion, I think Litecoin is doing really good. I think it's performing really good, and I'm actually quite bullish on Litecoin. Again, this is the 4-hour chart. We got a nice upward channel. This box here is just me kind of looking at kind of a sideways channel here, and I don't remember what happened here. I'm sure it was some type of news decided to come out. Somebody decided to run their mouth. So yeah, we got a nice little bounce here off the bottom of this channel. And again, it looks honestly like breaking above 73 is going to be a decent resistance zone for Litecoin. I think honestly, if we can get above it and accumulate a little bit more, I think we have the possibility of going back up to 85. So But again, depending on news throughout the week, depending on how we end the week, will determine whether or not, honestly, I think we make our way back down to 50. So I'm really hoping we don't make it down to 50, because I am a long-term holder of Litecoin, so I would rather not see that. So let's move on to FTM. FTM, I think, FTM is kind of still in the same thing, in the same position as literally everything else. Actually, let's go to the wider view. What do I got here? I think it's the same downward channel. It's more like almost looks like a wedge. I think FTM is a little bit more consistent with, I think, Ethereum. So yeah, that same wedge is on FTM. So FTM is still pretty strong. I still believe in FTM. It's a network token, so I mean, at least it has that going for it. If you want to do anything on the Phantom network, you have to have FTM. Whether it's peer-to-peer transactions, or interacting with DeFi, smart contracts, anything of that nature. I mean, you've got to have FTM, so there's always a need for it. There's always a demand for it. So that's why I'm more bullish on, definitely network tokens rather than, some other random, farm token. That's probably not going to last a year. But anyway, so we're kind of stuck in the middle of this downward wedge. I hate to call it, a downtrend, but it's stuck in the middle here. 4-hour charts. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of the Fibonacci there. And see, we've got a little bit more sideways movement here, which is consistent with the rest of the market, mid-December. So other than that, yeah, guys, so this is the end of this week. I think will definitely paint a better picture on where we can expect to go for the first quarter of the year, at least for January. So I'm hoping we get some good numbers. I'm hoping the FOMC minutes are very optimistic and more bullish sided. People are going to be really paying attention to what is being said, cross-referencing with what was previously said, whether or not it was the same exact verbiage. And if it is, people may either be, just very median on it, mediocre on it, or they may see it as, okay, but they really have no idea what's going on, which honestly I don't think they do. So, but who am I? I'm not running this country, so I'm just a small fish. So, yeah, guys, other than that, I'm going to leave some links down in the description below for some of the information where you can kind of find, these economic events, more information on it. And if you guys are interested in any of the tools that, that I use, TradingView or Jigsaw, Quantower, anything like that, TopStep for funding, all of those links are down in the description below. Check those out if you're interested. There's some discounts down there. But other than that, guys, welcome back, to 2023. Glad you're here, and got the entire year ahead of us. So one step at a time, one date, one trading day at a time. So other than that, guys, I will see you in the next one. Later.